You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.
How's it going, Los Angeles? This is The Startup with Monique LeRae, and I'm Monique LeRae. I'm here in beautiful, sunny, 102 degrees Las Vegas, Nevada for Fight Weekend. And, meeting with some brands and networking as usual. What a week of travel. What a week of networking and making things happen in the startup world. And I'm coming to you not from the M Resort, actually coming to you from Luxor. So, as entrepreneurs, we have to move and shake and kind of change and go with the flow. And a shout out to the M Resort. We're going to probably work with them in the future, but everyone's booked and busy. Things are picking up. A positive sight to see. There's a lot of people coming into Vegas. Some of them are wearing masks, some of them are not, and people are happy to be out of the house. So it's a good sign that we're on our way back. Shout out to Felipe at the front at the Luxor. He upgraded me and got me through that long line because he knew I'd be on the air with you guys. So shout out to the Luxor. Shout out to Felipe. Thank you so much for the wonderful service here and welcome me back to Luxor for the first time in a long time. You guys, speaking of welcoming back, I have an amazing entrepreneur who's been changing lives, saving lives, and just really taking this this LifeVac technology all over the world. Arthur's back with us. And how are you today, Arthur?
I'm really good. I really appreciate you helping me get the word out. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Arthur. And if people remember, last time you joined us at a more festive moment in our show, we were celebrating OC housewife Peggy Tannhouse's birthday, and we were trying to fit it all in. I felt like we had to have you come back because what you're doing is so important, and I wanted to give you a little bit more time and less music in the background.
That's really neat because you all were enthusiastic, even though it wasn't the right event. Kind and enthusiastic, and that helped. Appreciate that too.
Thank you. Yes, I mean I can't help but be enthusiastic about your device. So why don't you go ahead and reintroduce yourself in case people missed that episode, and you can tell us more about LifeVac.
Well, my name is Arthur. I'm the CEO and inventor of LifeVac product. LifeVac, someone who's choking to death. Look, doesn't work. They have an option to save. A little plunger, pull it, and it'll pop the object out.
Wow.
We've saved over 140 lives now, 3 children, and all over the world. My mission, is to end the choke to death. Sadly, it happens one child every 5 days, 1,000 people a year, and I hope with you, like you, me, that we get the word out.
Yes, absolutely, and it seems so easy, the device that you have, and it definitely retires the old method, the Heimlich maneuver that we were kind of all taught and grown up with in CPR class and in elementary school. Tell us a backstory of LifeVac in case people do not know why you started this company.
Well, the mission really is to support that. If we have raise awareness on people get trained, and then if they don't, then they have life. About 10 years ago, I heard of a child that choked to death. It was water. 7-year-old, he was 7. I started to learn frequently children choke, and that sometimes people doesn't. I started out just to be able to save her, to make people that I, as her father, but I kind of felt I couldn't be the only one to be able to save my child. I prepared to bring it out for everyone to use.
That's awesome. And I think that this is going to be, something that's going to pick up really, really quickly. We have our show producer, Ronan, who purchased a couple for his family. And I know that everyone that we gave at Oscars week was excited. It's got this beautiful case. It's bright. It stands out. It's mobile. You can throw it in your trunk. You can put it in the glove compartment. You can hang it up by your cabinet in the kitchen or in the bathroom. So you could take it with you on camping trips and hikes or wherever you're going. And now that it's summer and people are out and about with their families, having fun and barbecuing and living life, I think that Life Vac is something that should just be in your car. I mean, it should be with you.
As we were waiting, Ronan, one of the children came into the picture, just like my daughter would at that age, and he had just showed up Life Vac, and I got a feeling of his little child came in like they do, and picked up and I said hello. But it felt so good to know that he's protected, and if we our home, our elder care, our schools, we could save thousands, and we will.
Yes, this is an ongoing thing. Like, I'm gonna always think of you now. I think, even at the post office, I think I told your team this via email, but as we were getting your shipment in from the East Coast, my mail carrier, they knew it was Oscars week because I have all these packages, and it was Life Vac, and they're like, what is in that? And I showed it to one of the postal workers, and they were so excited. And she has like an event party business on the side. She's like, I'm gonna order one of those. Wow. We have to have that. That's going to take liability down in my business. So if you're, throwing parties, cooking, if you're a chef privately, it takes the liability down a little bit. Yeah, but
think about it. That's such a cool feeling. Like, in a way, we help. Hopefully they never need it, but because you, they know, and they will never have that person die. And being Ronan is little, makes me happy. Like, they're safe.
They're safe. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
I think on the last show I shared that I had a couple run-ins with choking. Knock on wood. I think I've only choked once, and I think one of my parents was able to get it, but my brother was choking. My parents thought we were wrestling, and I remember them teaching me really young, and I remember helping him, and that felt really good in the moment. It's an instant thing, and you did the right thing to even try. And I didn't know by any means what I was doing, but I was mimicking back what my parents were showing me with the Heimlich maneuver. I had to be probably 5, 6, 7 years old, maybe. I see the scene in my head, though. It's one of those moments in your life that kind of sticks. And then another time, someone I was seeing, he was choking, and I saw the panic as a grown man. I can only imagine. And I saw the panic in his eye, and as I wrapped my hands around him, I felt him kind of lean in and relax. And it's something about knowing someone's there when you're in a moment like that. Wow. So,
well, yeah. About it, that's an example of frequently it happens. Every time I talk about Life Vac, times I'm gonna say, the kid choke, my wife, but the fact, you have two stories, and luck, they ended well, but it showed you how calm, right?
Yes.
So that was really that drove me on when I studied it and realized how dangerous it was. That's when I felt like it to do something. It wasn't a light, right? Fourth leading cause. I felt that it was enough to really dedicate a life to. Really, as you said, that feeling. I've gotten to hold children that say, I hold the baby we saved the faith, and know that if I had given up, he wouldn't have been here. And that's a tough to describe.
Yes.
How great it was. I didn't give up, and then.
Yes, and I think our Wi-Fi's being challenging here, but soon, Arthur, soon we'll be back in the studio. So when you're on the West Coast, we'll have you come out and do a demo maybe live in the studio. Would you like to join us there?
No, it's been so wonderful. I'd love to meet you, and I would like I always say, your story, my story, change the world.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're lovely. And I have a couple people in mind. You know, I've got some people who are in like emergency services and things like that. I can't promise, you know, that they'll post because of their position, but I'm shipping one out. I actually have it packaged, but I've been traveling, but I'm shipping one out to them, and hopefully, you know, at least in their station, they'll have it. And I think it speaks for itself. So why don't you give a plug where people can purchase LifeVac, get right in front of Summer, and safeguard their family?
Well, you know, you made a good point. Family last week saved and child choked. They have lifevac.net. Simple device. And that's it. Pulls it out.
Wow. So you're squeezing on the lever and you're placing it on the mouth, right? And then pop.
If you hear that pop.
Something.
Yep.
Okay. It's like a plunger.
That's it.
It's a plunger.
Little plunger.
It's a face plunger, everybody.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Arthur, I think that the stocks are going to get bigger this year to fit the LifeVac. Everyone should at least get this for the summer, and for sure for their stocking stuffers, or, you know, gifts, or for Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Arthur, tell us where we can find LifeVac.
It's the best way is just to go to the website, lifevac.net. You can purchase there, and also, you can look at our journal. There's 4 peer reviews, and there's about 140 testimonials now. You can read about all the people. So you can real comfort level that we did our part, a simple, safe way to save a life. Lifevac.net.
That's it, everybody. Lifevac.com. I'm going to be tagging them on my Instagram. Follow Arthur and the company. Have a safe and beautiful rest of your Sunday, and safe travels tomorrow to California, coming out this way. Arthur, are you going to watch the Mayweather fight or event tonight?
Jeez. I think I have to now. I didn't.
I'm in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, I love it. That's good for you.
Yes. After the show, I'll be heading down to the sports book or wherever they're playing it and watch this show. So, all right, you guys. Nice to see you, and we'll see you soon.
You're terrific. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys. That's Arthur and his team at LifeVac, saving one life at a time. And what a beautiful thing. What a great device to start up. If you want to follow him, you go to lifevac.com and on Instagram at LifeVac. And we will see him really soon. Bye. Bye, Arthur. All right. What a sweetheart. Guys, you know, it's hot outside, so I'm looking a little shiny. I've got this light with me. I hope I look okay. The reason why I'm so dim in the back, I wanted to show, you know, Vegas, right? I wanted to show you guys where I was, and it's beautiful. Starting to feel like summer. Officially, June 20th is the first day of summer out here. And I'm wearing purple because we are honoring Prince's birthday, which is tomorrow. So rest in peace, Prince. Rest in power, Prince. But we have to wear purple. But you'll see why I'm wearing purple when my next guests chime in. Now, I'm also wanting to give a shout out to G1. G1 gave us these beautiful shirts for Oscars week and made the bags even more amazing. So we had LifeVac in the bag, and you just met Arthur. We had G1, and these are amazing shirts, really great quality, and it feels, you know, sporty, but I can still, you know, rock it with my my little shiny Prince pants. So I got a bow on my head. So I mean, it's still sporty, but it's fun. So G1 is definitely a startup brand, and they fit right here with the startup family. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the generous give. And you guys, if you're looking for something this summer, if your kids play sports, if you want to look sporty, it's comfortable. I wore it on the plane. Grab G1, okay? You can find them online on Instagram. I've tagged them. Speaking of which, if you're not following me, please follow me on Instagram at The Startup with Monique Lorray. Lorray is spelled L-O-R-E. Follow me on my personal at Monique Lorray Stinson, and that's S-T-I-N-S-O-N. My goodness, guys, I am shining. Let's get this together. I've got to be honest, I did not sleep last night. I was in Seattle, Washington. I was posting, recently about this. Justice for Jackie. You've been hearing about me talk about it since I've been on the air in the beginning, since I've begun this show. Justice for Jackie is 940, de-escalate, the first and only law in the land that helps to command extra training and services for law enforcement. So that keeps everybody else safe, keeps them safe to go home to their loved ones. So we definitely want to push for that law. We have our hands in many different bags over here at the Startup with Monique Lorray, and I believe that we should. So a shout out to Jacqueline Sawyer's family, James Rideout, Lisa Earl, and everybody in the Puyallup Tribe of Indians in Tacoma, Washington. Thank you for letting me come up and meet with you yesterday and see you and give you a hug with my mask and reconnect. And, it's hard, guys. It's hard to change things or to create laws or to create boundaries within our system. It's not easy, but, if we're paying taxes, we need to be mindful of how they're delegated. And if it's not working for people as a whole, we need to look at that. If, pregnant and unarmed Native American women are getting, murdered by the people that are supposed to protect us, we need to look at that, right? We can all agree. This isn't even political. This is just common humanitarian sense. So Justice for Jackie, type that in YouTube. I'm doing the documentary film. I said all that to say that's why I have my finger in it, as you guys know. And if you don't know, I'm a TV producer for 21 years and now documentaries. So speaking of which, the Pandemic Project. Oh gosh, I always plug it. But you guys, listen, you guys have us to 900 likes. Thank you, or 900 views. Thank you so much, because I felt every one of those. Probably about 50 were from me because I kept looking at it, but that's, no, just kidding. I mean, listen, we want to get our numbers up. I would like to get it to 1,000. That would be great. I'd like to get it 10,000. But really this story, again, it's not politics. It's about humans and humanity and being a global citizen and how we are reacting and acting in this time. And I wanted to document, the human condition in this time and what we're about. So that's exactly what we did. And we do that in 20 cities in America. You can check us out on YouTube, the Pandemic Project documentary. The trailer is up. It's 7 minutes and 58 seconds. And we just got our third laurel, our third selection in a film festival for just the trailer. Thank you so much for Toronto Independent Film Festival for choosing us as a finalist. Hopefully we'll win one of these. We've got 3, so maybe we'll get one win. We'll see what happens. The pandemic film. The next stop is Canada, and then Europe. So as Europe starts opening up, we'll be heading over there, I should say. We'll probably spend about 10 days in Europe. And I think we're going to probably get there at the end of this month, early next month. I have to look at the calendar. So those are the 2 areas of the world that are coming up next. If you have a pandemic story, if you're a survivor, if you're a first responder, if you have a unique job, if you're an entrepreneur, which a lot of entrepreneurs watch my show, listen to my show. If you fit in any of those categories, you would be really perfect for us to interview you. And we can do it at the comfort of your own home, in Zoom. A lot of it is true to this moment in technology, in this moment in time. So a lot of our interviews are with Zoom, and we cut them in. I want to give a shout out to Michael Solberg Family Wines for being a sponsor and a friend. Thank you so much for everything that you do for the Startup with Monique Lorray and for me as a friend. So if you guys are looking for a tasty wine, it pairs well with just a wine glass. Go to michaelsolbergfamilywines.com and check them out. They've been featured on SNL and Saturday Night Live, at the Emmys gifting celebrity suites around Hollywood, and Oscars week as well, and many other events. And it's, you know, it's becoming a household name in Southern California, and we're really jazzed about that. So shout out to Leah Solberg and the Michael Solberg Family Wines team. Also a shout out to the Rooftop Bar and La Casa del Camino, one of my favorite watering holes when I'm home. And they've been an amazing sponsor and supporter of the Startup with Monique LeRae. So shout out to you guys over there. If you're looking for a staycation in Southern California, maybe you want to get away from Los Angeles, maybe you want to get away from San Diego, come right in the middle to Laguna. And we're centrally located to both of those areas. It's an hour and a half to LA and about an hour 10 to San Diego, depending on your speed. Temecula is close to that area too if you want to go wine tasting. So check out lacasadelcamino.com and on Instagram. All right, guys. Superbad was going to be here. Superbad is super awesome. We want to make sure that when Superbad comes, we blow it out of the water. So they'll be here really soon. We're gonna set it up. So I think they were under the weather today, and we really want to make it spectacular. So, you know, hang out, you know, premium cannabis at superbad.inc. Hashtag how bad are you? How bad are you? So shout out to them. G1, you know, guys, the reason why I'm wearing this shirt is because I put on my dry erase board G1, but it was to wear the shirt. She's coming next week. So tune into her story, how she started this clothing brand, G1. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm drinking my coffee because I'm not awake. All right, guys, you know, what do you think about this fight tonight with Floyd Mayweather and is it Paul Logan or Doug Logan? You know, here's what I love about Mayweather, right? Not only is he a talented boxer, an athlete, but he's a good strategist. And I think in every business you have to have a good strategy, or you have to learn how to move and shake. And that's a play on a pivot and dot, bob and weave, right? In boxing, you have a bob and weave in business. So, you know, he's not the tallest guy, right? He's not the when I think of like a boxer, you know, I'm thinking Evander and Tyson, like heavyweight champs. But he's got good technique as far as I know, and you know, he wins, right? He's about his money team. So I like that he has a strategy and he sees what works and he just goes for it to do something new. So this Logan guy, hopefully you guys, am I saying it right, Paul Logan? This Logan guy, he's got an amazing followership, and I call it the followership because my company is the followership. And he's got a great followership on social media, and he's a YouTuber, right? So he has large numbers, and therefore that translates to large visibility for his brand or whatever he's promoting, right? Which one day my little show will be that way. So I think it's smart for him to team up with the best boxer on the planet, and he sure is entertaining. And also his numbers and his visibility. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, right? But let's be honest. We're in America. In this moment of time, black and white, we do see color in this country. We do. You know, I hope we do. I'm black and I love it. So, you know, I think playing on the black and white thing and him being a YouTuber and, you know, Floyd being like the best boxer out there, very intriguing marketing. Well done. I can't wait to see this. So after the show, I'm going to be walking my happy self down, as tired as I am. I'm going to have another coffee and tune into this. So shout out to you guys. You know, I love it. So how are you guys doing, you know, as we are now in the pre-post COVID phase? How are you forecasting your business? You know, I'm asking this because, and our next guest will be with us in about 6 minutes. But I'm asking this because I was looking at my calendar and I realized between the pandemic film and it just being summer, you know, a lot of people slow down a little bit and take time with their family, even though I feel like we've had a lot of time with our family if we've been locked up in a pandemic, but people want to get out, right? So how are you framing the last quarter. I'm kind of looking at the last quarter, right? So September, October, November, December. So I'm looking at the last 4 months in the year and what I'm going to do to execute my goals for all my brands in that time, right? And how do I best utilize my time, right? Because I'm only one person. I only have so many people to help. I think it's safe to say that the summer for my brand and the things I'm doing is going to be what it is. It's not going to be as fast as the first quarter of any regular year. So I think coupled with a pandemic potentially weaning off here and the first time people can get out and get abroad maybe, how are you framing it? I might suggest that you focus on the last quarter. Like maybe you're trying to get your bearings back from anything and everything that you lost from your startup, from the pandemic. And maybe you just hone in 3 or 4 really great months. I have a feeling this holiday season, people are going to really celebrate being free again, celebrate being alive. I mean, they say it's going to be a hot back summer. I think a lot of people are going to get wild this summer, right? Pregnant, wild, married, divorced, engaged, whatever. Good for them. But what about your business? I think that if you think about those 4 months, how can you best utilize and in 2021 with a bang? So that's it. Just putting it out there. Write it down. Think about it. Like maybe you felt defeated, this last year or the last few months. Maybe just make a goal that all right, August, let it be. But September, October, November, December, I'm going to knock it out the park. Whatever that means for you. If you need help with your brand visibility, here's the plug. You can email me at capaquariusmedia@gmail.com. We have some influencers, some celebrities, and actors, and press and media that can help at one of our events. I have one coming up September 17th in Hollywood. It'll be for Emmys week. 100 of those people that I just described will be there, and they can shine some light on your brand. So email me, hit me up, okay? You can find me on Instagram. I'm always on there. What else, guys? We have a really special guest. I can't wait. And I hope they're wearing purple, but I don't think I told them that I was going to. I don't know. Did I tell Eden and Kim that I was wearing purple? Oh, hi, Kim. Hi, Eden.
Hi, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you, ladies? Welcome to Startup, finally.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Divine timing.
Yes, divine timing. You guys look so amazing. It's a pleasure to see you in 3D. I was telling this to the audience, I'm wearing purple because my Prince's birthday tomorrow, so I've got my purple bow.
Right.
Right? This is so. Why don't you introduce yourselves, and then we'll explain a little bit about why Prince and you and me wearing Prince and having it on his birthday tomorrow. Introduce yourselves.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kim.
I'm Kim Summers Egglesey, and I'm a speaker, author, and a co-host of Talk Purpose and Truth podcast. And I'm also a mom.
Hi, I'm Eden, and my last name's Seston, Eden Seston, and I am a medium. I work with people to help them through their grief and childhood traumas. And I also am co-host with Kim for Talk Purpose and Truth podcast.
Love it. You ladies are like a dynamic duo, and I feel like we're so lucky to have you today. For many reasons, you're just, every time I see you guys post, you're so positive, and you've really helped people. I can tell, topically, not doing deep dives or anything because I'm crazy busy, but just topically looking at some of your posts, you've been able to put out a message and it'd be just so calming. And I'm like, oh, I needed that. You don't seem to go deep. You just say the right things. And would you say that that's been the feedback during this pandemic?
Yes. It's been, I think it's helpful to us too. Whatever we're putting out is also because we relate to it. So it's helpful all around. And a lot of people have been very thankful to us for putting out that kind of those messages.
Yeah.
Right. I think also getting real with mental health helping people realize that they can be vulnerable and authentic with whatever struggles they're going through related to mental health. And that helps reduce the stigma.
Yeah. I think we're done with stigmas, guys, right? I mean, if we didn't learn anything this last year and a few months, is that we're all in it and we all are trying to make it. So let's kill those stigmas. We all want to live our best lives, and just reach out and ask for help, and go to someone. There's got to be someone you trust. Write it in a letter, but I'll let you guys are the experts, so I'll let you talk. Tell us specifically, what's going on out there, in your world, because I know you guys have a show also. What are you forecasting, seeing for your brand and the work that you do here as we go into the pre-post pandemic phase?
Right. Well, we both are really passionate about doing our podcast, Talk Purpose and Truth, and it is growing. We get a lot of fan mail from even India and Italy and other places. And we're rebranding. We actually created a new, our PR and marketing person, Skylar, created a new logo for us, and we're getting a website and taking on sponsors. And just, we do have a lot of print guests on the show. We have mental health experts, celebrities, influencers, talking about their authentic, vulnerable stories. And so I think more of that is needed right now in the world as well. So it helps our podcast grow.
Nice. Fierce. Eden, what's going on, sister? Listen, full disclosure, we have to tell everyone, because, I'm transparent with it. I interviewed Eden's husband, who is awesome. And we interviewed in Hollywood right in the beginning when we started the Pandemic Project documentary trailer. And he was so lovely. Yes.
He was excited.
So,
yes. Yes.
Oh, he was amazing. He was excited. He was kind, and he was really, really cool. And I can't wait for the world to see what he said in his interview, but they've got to wait until we release the film. And thank you so much for having him, throwing the message over and having him come.
Oh yeah. He wasn't sure if he was going to be a part of it or not.
No, he's absolutely in it.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I broke the rules, right? Because you're only supposed to do like 2 minutes, 2.5 most for a trailer. And I'm like, this is the biggest thing in our lives to happen in since 100 years. And I want to show more. And so I supersized it, and I still couldn't get everybody in the trailer. So if you're not in the trailer, that doesn't mean that you're not in the film. So we're working on it, and an exclusive, Eric is in the film. So
okay, well, good to know. You guys he'll add a lot to it, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I
so
can't
tell
wait to see it.
Me too. I'm excited, and so the viewers and the listeners want to know how you two met, and you have two different sets of talents, and the synergy of it seems really magical. So why don't you guys tell us how that happened?
Okay,
Who wants to start?
I'll start. Okay, so Kim and I went to high school together, but we weren't really friends in high school. We were a couple years apart. We knew each other. And then fast forward many years, on Facebook, she reached out to me because she wanted a reading. And we did the reading, and can you talk about that?
Really?
And so
wow.
During the reading, this was over 5 years ago. And during the reading, I'm an intuitive as well, and I channel a little bit, but it's different what I do. And then Eden is a very gifted medium who does automatic writing. And so she was giving me messages from an old friend who passed, from my grandma, etc. And so I was intrigued, and I wanted another reading. And the second reading happened to be right around the time after Prince passed. And I was a big Prince admirer, like most people are. Eden really only knew a couple songs and was kind of just like, whatever. But she has channeled celebrities such as Michael Jackson in the past. And so to her, she's like, oh, okay, it's not that out of the box to channel someone as big as Prince. And Prince came through. And I was like, what? So a bunch of things happened to validate that was real. And since then, we kept doing readings with him, him coming through. And later it did turn into a book channeled from him, word for word from the afterlife.
Wow. All right, you guys, now look, I'm in a hotel room by myself. I don't want things to start moving in the room. I've got the purple on. I'm feeling it. I was playing a song before the show. So there's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, you guys were drawn to one another at, like you said, you went to school, and there was an energy shift between you, and you being open to let her read you probably was that energy shift, it sounds like. Let's explain to the viewers and listeners, in case they don't understand, what an intuitive is and who can read energy from the afterlife. Can you guys break that down? Like, how does that manifest?
Yeah, Eden, explain how you do that.
Well, the only way I can explain is, my own experience, but I grew up in a family where my grandmother was a medium as well, and she worked with the FBI to help find missing children.
Wow.
And it's something that because I grew up with it, it was normal to me. I grew up as a kid thinking something was always wrong with me because I was able to see things, and I didn't know why. Nobody explained to me that part of it was psychic or medium. So I denied everything that happened, and I grew up in a lot of fear. Eventually, in my 30s, I decided to try doing what my grandmother did, and it felt like I would get like vibrating in my hands and in my head, and it would tell me that there's messages coming through for me. So I finally surrendered to that kind of thing, and I tried it, and it worked. And as I was doing it, I would try it on other people, and everything that came through was things that I didn't know about the person, and it helped them heal. So it just kind of turned into that, and I didn't plan on doing it, but I helped so many people that I thought, this is my calling. So that's how I kind of got into it. But it wasn't, there's the explanation as far as how it happens. I think it's just, I think everybody has intuition. I think Kim would say the same thing, but not everybody knows how to use it. Mine happens to be a lot deeper than most people.
Thank you for.
I think it's.
Thank you for being vulnerable and open to that. Oh, go ahead, Kim.
Oh, I just was going to say, I think it's important to say that she does automatic writing where her hand will just write word for word from people that passed on.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's another level right there. So kind of like a Ouija board, it just moves around.
It's called,
or like
no.
What's it? The lie detector?
Oh, no, because those kind of things are more, to me, in my experience, dark. What I do is all about healing. It's coming from a very loving place.
Of course.
So, yes.
No,
so
I didn't mean, I meant like visually, I can see something moving. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm a visual learner, so excuse me. Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. Okay, let's get.
Okay.
So I'm intrigued, and I want to get Kim because there's a lot of people out there with these challenges, right? And they don't know what the heck's going on, and they don't know how to start a business that's profitable and reputable, that's going to help people in getting messages and feeling things. And, I've talked to people where they felt stuff and they don't know or saw stuff or couldn't sleep or hear things and they think they're nuts, and then they get on medicine or they go and get the devil prayed out of them. Maybe, have you ladies been through any of that, or can you help someone with that?
I do calls with people to help them understand what their intuitive gifts are and how they can use them as a business, like maybe do readings for someone or maybe something with crystals or healing. So I do calls with people to help consult with them on what that means.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I can.
Sorry, the volume's kind of challenging today. Can you hear me? I can't hear today.
Yeah,
Ronan, what's going on?
You guys are going, so it's very interesting.
It's a delay.
Well,
too.
well, like I told my last guest at LifeVac, well, he's awesome. I want to have you ladies come into the studio because we're back in the studio. I'll be back the first.
That's awesome.
Yes, congratulations to you guys. So I'll be back in July 11th with Hell's Kitchen star Cody. So he'll be in. So I'm going to invite you ladies, and we'll get our schedules. Have you come in, and we can see each other. There won't be static. So when you feel and see vibrations and all that, because you said that, Eden, you get deep information. Is that not from you doing it, but is it kind of like an invasion of privacy? Like if someone doesn't want their personal stuff being known, can they block it? Or is it just the way it is? Like you're going to know by feeling it because you're supposed to.
Let me ask, I want to clarify your question. Are you referring to like if I'm checking in with you and I pick up lots of information and you don't want me to know?
Is it just yeah, is it just a tell-all? Is it just like, oh, okay, well, is Source just telling all your business? And you're like, well, damn.
Yeah, well, I'm not someone who's going to go pick you up in a store and just tell you everything that I'm getting. I don't do that. I'm only doing that with people who are authorizing. They actually signed a disclaimer form where they are authorizing for me to channel for them and tune into their higher self. And we receive messages that are in their highest good.
Sure. But I guess what I'm saying is the faucet on? And I didn't say that the faucet could be on and you get all the water? I mean, like, does it just come to you and the person doesn't have a choice? I guess is my question.
Right. Yeah, I do a sort of like an initial phone call with a new client, and I let them know this is how it works. And you really have to be vulnerable and open, willing to let go of all control and expectations because anything goes. And they have to be able to listen and allow for whatever they're meant to hear to come.
How do you ladies sleep at night? Because it sounds like it's a busy situation over there.
Yeah, it can be. I think, if someone I always pray and say that I want things that I can handle with peace and in a flow. I don't accept the dark stuff.
Yeah. I have set boundaries. We have to, and we have to be able to protect our energy. So it is busy in that way too, because we are constantly having to be not on guard, but just making sure that we are protecting ourselves.
It sounds like you're authorizing your talents for the best to help people heal in trauma. And there's been a lot of pain and trauma this last year highlighted more than ever before in many different areas. And without getting, too political, because we're not a political show, what do you see an offer for the Black and Brown community when it comes to police brutality and the George Floyd of the world, if you will?
Kim.
You're
good with that.
Religion, but I'm just all about I'm personally about Martin Luther King, peace and love. Let's try to have harmony as much as we can, and promote that and put that out there. Any sort of brutality or any sort of violence, I feel, is wrong and that is not needed in that way. There's a lot of hate still going on in the world, and that's sad. And I think the more that we have shows like your show, Monique, and our show, and go out there and be a peaceful, harmonious person. And I even add it when I'm doing public speaking or something like that, how to tune into more love. So maybe that's a little bit of a hippie perspective, but that's how I see it.
Beautiful.
Just be the love.
Just be the love. To see and to piggyback on your thought, that's why this is called startup. Like if you have something that you're manifesting from your soul, from your mind, from your heart, and it's a brand that you're proud of and you're putting forth creativity, you don't really have time for the bull, right? Like you're leaning into your talents that were there. And when you see that idea manifest, it's a gift. Like, that's a gift to the world. So that's one way, right, guys, to lean into your creativity. Awesome. I'm trying to see. I don't, because we didn't practice before, so I don't want to put you on the spot. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you guys pick up anything by talking to me, or do you have to? You said you do a pre-call. How does it work?
Well, my pre-call is not to pick up on anything, because I like to work with people with a blank slate. So I'm not even asking for someone's last name when I meet with someone for the first time. So whatever I get, it's just spur of the moment. I don't do mental readings, which is what you're asking for right now. I have to actually sit with the pen and write in order to pick up anything. So Kim,
you gotta feel
do you
this.
have anything?
Yeah. Right. I do intuitive reading, so I use oracle cards and my own intuition. So I can pull you a card really quick right now, if you're open to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We have a couple minutes, and then I want you to plug your.
Or do you just want to see what comes up?
I have a question. How is this show going to help the world start up in the future?
Okay, how is Monique's show going to help the world start up in the future? Ooh, a card just flew. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I have to show you this if you can see it. Okay. The card. Okay. This card you got is actually a picture of the world, and it's someone looking up at the world like a world vision. And you actually use the word world in your question. And what this card means is expansion, opening up. The person is looking at the earth rotating. Expand your vision for much broader options. In the modern age of technology, this may mean expanding to a more global network through internet or social media marketing. You have unlimited resources available, so think big. So they're saying that you need to be even more on social media, and that's going to expand your show, and it is going to help other people be inspired and emphasize and expand on their own startups.
Hell yeah, ladies. I love that. I love that. And you guys, if you want to connect with Eden or Kim, I think they're a package deal, but I'll let them tell you. And you want to find out, like I asked you guys before they came on, visualize the last quarter, the last 3 or 4 months of this year. How are you going to maximize this time after the holiday, after the summer holiday, and really take back 2021 as entrepreneurs and take back that time we lost in the pandemic? If you felt like you lost some time and money, call Kim, call Eden, get a reading for yourself, reset your energy, reset your goals. Ladies, we have 2 minutes. Plug where they can find you to get a reading.
Awesome. My website is kimlifecoach.com. You can connect with me there. Just so you all know, our podcast is on every single platform, Talk Purpose and Truth. And then Eden, your website?
My website is edensustin.com. That's my first and last name. And you can also find us on Instagram. We have a Talk Purpose Truth. I think Talk Purpose Truth podcast on Instagram. And we each have our own Instagram under our names as well. So we're easy to find.
These ladies are awesome. I feel the synergy from you guys right away when I first met you, and I see it even more now. What a treasure. Thank you so much for making time on a Sunday. And I'm excited to have you in the studio. I think some magical things are going to pop off.
Yeah, I agree. So we're excited.
So
thank you, ladies. Well, have a beautiful rest of your day. And guys, as you every Sunday when I see you, I ask you, what will you start up today? Be safe, be well. Are you going to watch the Mayweather fight? I'm getting down there now, guys. So I will see you. And save the date, by the way, July 11th. We just booked Cody from Hell's Kitchen. He'll be in studio. He was with us a few weeks ago via StreamYard. We'll see you next week. Be well.
You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.